Hello there everybody, Oimon here, and welcome to Metroid Prime. Technically the Metroid Prime trilogy, but give me a break, this is the only one I can technically stream from. Here's the thing, right? I own Metroid Prime on both the GameCube and the Wii. You know, the original GameCube port, and I own it here on the Wii for the Prime, the Prime trilogy. And I wasn't sure which one I wanted to stream. And I figured, well, I knew I couldn't stream the GameCube one. Because, technically speaking, the GameCube's in a box in the attic somewhere. But I can technically stream GameCube games on on the Wii. Sorry, I had to race around an awful lot before setting this whole thing up. Because streaming from the Wii, and to an extent the Wii U I suppose, is more of a faff than streaming from like Switch. Because the Switch I can just plug into my monitor at my PC and play it there. But with this one, I've got to actually play it on my TV, which is halfway across the sodding room. And that requires moving monitors around and all sorts of faff. So, technical problems may ensue. Anyway. Yeah, so this game, I could have done it on the original GameCube hardware. Well, I couldn't have done it on GameCube hardware, GameCube's in, but I could have emulated it on the Wii, because the Wii has a GameCube emulator. But I don't have a HDMI cable for the Wii. I don't even know if one ever even bothered to come out in the UK, because we didn't get a lot of stuff over here. So it was a case of I could only really either A, stream the Wii U console playing the Wii port of the trilogy, this right here, or it was a case of emulating it on the GameCube, which I could do. There is a GameCube emulator. I could have downloaded the ROM in order to emulate it and play it that way. Okay, what we got? You own 3 individual games trilogy on the Wii and the Wii U. Ha ha ha. For the record, I do also own Corruption as well. I've got the Prime trilogy and I've got Corruption both on the Wii because I bought it when it first came out. I will say, tracking down a copy of Metroid Prime trilogy, that is not fucking easy. That is not going cheap these days. This cost me 60 quid. Because I wasn't smart enough to buy it when it first came out. I should have done, in retrospect. But, yeah, you can get HDMI adapters for Wii. Play the Switch HD port. Yeah, we don't know if there's going to be a Switch HD port of this. It's been rumored for a long time that there's going to be a Switch HD port of Metroid Prime. But whether we're actually going to get it or not, I really don't know. It's still a rumor at the moment. Of course, a lot of people are complaining that, oh, why can't we get the trilogy rather than just Metroid Prime 1, which is what the rumor is. Could be why it got delayed. Maybe they decided, well, we ported one, can we port the rest? It'd be nice. But yeah, I mean, it depends on what the controls like, because they could technically port the GameCube copies of Prime 1 and 2 across to the Switch, because that would work. But whether the motion control thing would work, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what control method they go in for Prime 4 whenever that gets released. Hi, by the way, everybody in the chat. I never officially said hi. Anyway. As I have stated and said on numerous previous occasions, Metroid Prime is my single favorite game of all time. I'm fully aware it's not like a perfect game. It's not that kind of, oh, this game's absolutely perfect, it has no flaws. There's no such thing as a perfect game. Some games can come close, but there's no such thing as an actually perfect experience in a video game. But for me, and I'll go into more details later, it was probably the most, I guess, the most impactful gaming experience. I think this was the first video game that ever actually made me feel something. Because I'm a pretty passive video gamer. If you've ever watched me play horror games, you know for a fact that I don't get scared very easily. Just because I'm a very detached person when it comes to video games. But I think this was the first one that ever made me go, oh fuck. Like just actually feeling emotion, you know? As I said, I'll go into more details later on. A couple of things to point out. I am going to try to go for 100% run if my memory does not fail me and I don't miss something. I have not played this game for a very long time, either version. So give me a chance to get used to the controls. Secondly, my nunchuck, I think, is dying. I don't think the C button works that well anymore. I was testing this out Wednesday, and it's like, oh yeah, I really have to hammer the C button in for that, don't I? So we'll see how we we'll see how we go on from that. But yeah, so the other thing is I'm not going to go for a speed run. In fact, there will probably be points where I just stop playing the game and just start talking about it, because, as I said, favorite game ever. I've got a lot I want to say, because you know what, it's one of the reasons why it's taken me this long to get around to this. Because you think, oh, it's his favorite game ever, you should play it like all the time, it should be a weekly thing. And it's like, I am legitimately nervous about doing this, because in my mind there is this expectation to perform, you know, because I want to do my favorite game justice, you know, I want to do it well. But I had to, like, be realistic with myself and be all like, no, you don't have to. You don't have to perform. You just have to enjoy the experience. And so that's what I'm going to do. So don't expect a super fast time from me. As I said, I will try to get 100% items and scans, assuming I don't remember anything. But I will actually take my time to read this stuff. Here's the thing. I played this game so many times. I've never bothered to read any of the scan logs since, I think, my second playthrough. Which was back in, God, whenever this game came out. 2001, probably? Something like that. Motion control aiming doesn't work too well on the Switch. Doesn't track the motions like the Wii. You have to keep resetting as it loses track really easily. Yeah, I mean, the Switch has motion controls, but it's like an afterthought. It's not something that's built into the hardware like the Wii was. You'll cover me if I forget anything, Jagoff. Good. I could always do with a backup. Anyway, we'll go into slot 3. Oh look, it's all my. I don't know who. Here's the thing. Half of these, other than that one, which is me, or I say that's me. That's old me. I don't really look like that. It doesn't have the face fuzz. You know, it doesn't have my my luscious facial hair. So it's old me back before I had all of that. And the rest of them are me's from friends online. There's actually some funny ones along here. There's the Samus one that a friend made. There's an alien. There's just all these random things. People just send you this shit. It's fucking Flanders and Robotnik there. I don't know why I have this. It was just something that was a thing. Anyway, hopefully we can do that. Was that yours on the bottom left of the first page? I don't know. Yeah, okay. Anyway, we'll go in. And we'll do Metroid Prime. Start single player. Yay. Now... do I want to go... Okay. This is a weird thing. Is that... Wasn't normal easy and veteran was normal? Didn't they rename it? Or am I misremembering that? I actually can't remember. It's been a while. I think they renamed it, didn't they? Because normal is what used to be easy mode. And then veteran is like what used to be normal mode. And then I think, isn't there an unlockable hard mode as well? Yeah, normal is the easy mode. I suppose we can go in on veteran. I will probably end up dying a few times, mostly just out of rustiness, but maybe I won't. Maybe my memory will come back to me. Just before we get into this, just to check, how's the volume and all that stuff? Is the volume a-okay? Like, you can hear the game and everything. It's always something I have to double check sometimes when streaming from consoles. Okay, well let me know how we get on, and let me know if I'm too loud or if the game's too quiet, we'll see. We'll see how we get on. An unidentified distress beacon has been tracked to a derelict space vessel in orbit above Talon 4.
The cosmos. In the vast universe, the history of humanity is but a flash of light from a lone star. The life of a single person should be lost in space and time. But among the stars, there is one light that burns brighter than all others. The light of Samus Aran. Her battles extend beyond her life and etch themselves into history. Here, another chapter of that history will be written.
It's weird that they have a narrator for the opening and closing of this game. Not like he shows up at any other point. Well, no, he shows up when you get into the last area just to tell you its name. I do wonder if maybe he was supposed to announce every area, but he never does. He never shows up again. It's the weirdest thing. You don't remember voiceover? No, I think the voiceover is in the European version only. It might also have been in the Japanese. I think. I'd have to look that up and double check, but I'm pretty sure the American version did not get a voiceover. I think. I don't know. How you rank the Prime games? Prime 1, Prime 3, Prime 2? Yeah, that's fair. Prime 2 suffers from the problem of being a little too similar to Prime 1, I think. It tried to do a whole bunch of new stuff, but the new isn't necessarily better. But I will say Prime 2 has better level design compared to Prime 2 has better level design compared to Prime 1. I will definitely say that. Okay, is it? Yeah, there it is. Hello. Yay! I turned off the force field. Aren't I clever? Oh no. No, I activated the buttons to turn off the force field. That's right. This is why the Wii version is the better version. Beat a jump. Don't have the double jump yet, just the one. Boing. Alright. Well, hey. Still got the scanner. Look, you can scan things. Deck Alpha. Oh dear, things are not good here. Deck Beta. Yes, everything is scannable. As I said, I don't normally bother doing this. I know most of these don't need to be scanned. As I said, I'm just gonna be enjoying the experience for once. You also never managed to beat Prime 2 on GameCube. Prime 2 is a hard game. Like, it is a shockingly hard game compared to Prime 1. I mean... Alright, I know we need to scan you because you're an airlock. And everything drops. Physics, not really. I'm pretty sure it's all pre-scripted. Oh no. Creepy crawly things. Things are falling apart. Not good. And now that is quite a sight to walk into. Really, really cool. Recording to logbook. Fantastic. Yay! And you can die now. I just love it. You just walk in and you just see all this destruction, this devastation. See this giant ass thing, whatever it is. God, I'd say I need to get a new nunchuck, but I don't even know if there's one kicking around anywhere. Space pirate status. Death. Caused by severing of the spinal cord. Ouch. Alright. Everybody stay nice and calm now. He was alive. He's not anymore. He faded away before I could scan him. What a dick. He got stuck on the Emperor Ing, and it was the controller limitations causing the issue. Really? Oh, okay. Take your word for it. Got Bluey. Where are you going? Ooh. Let me take my sphere and slot it into that hole. Whoops, too far. Whoop. Oh, come on, you. Scan that. Yeah, that I remember. Map stations you gotta scan. Slop. One, 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 one. Yay! Ah, the lovely map. Which is actually, you know, pretty decent, all things considered. It's a good map. Works very well in 3D. Sometimes it can be a bit hard to work out, but generally, not really. There's a couple of times where the map kind of fails, and I'll point that out when we get to that point. But, should be fine. I think the boss I remember having the most trouble with in Prime 2 was the Boost Ball Guardian, because that one is basically a ticking clock where, you know, you've got to kill it before you run out of health, because there is no like health top-up points in the fight. That one was always a tough one. It's not like you can cheat on any, like any of the other bosses. Well, one of the other bosses you can cheat on. Although I don't actually know if that's in this version. I like how they're dying and they're still trying to take pot shots at me. Nice. Ah, health. I love it. I also like how you come into this room later. You come in through like I think there. Come in through over there or something like that. You can see it on the map. So there's like clearly a hole there. But you can't get there yet because that's for the later part. Oh, I love it so much. Boost Guardian is one of the game's pain points. Yeah, Prime 2 was really, really good. As I said, it had better level design. It had some unique ideas behind it. But I felt like they weren't properly fleshed out. Like the whole, you know, changing one thing in one world to affect another world. That's a really good idea and has some unique puzzles. But the puzzles didn't go deep enough. You know? And it was also that, as I said, the difficulty was skewed way too hard, which was a problem that a lot of sequels had back then. Oh no, I'm thinking later on. Hello. Recording. Always recording. Did I miss? God damn it. That's annoying. Now, somewhere in here, is it you? There it is. Pirate data! This is one of the annoying ones, because, like this is, I mean, most of the logs you can get afterwards, but this is one of the ones you can't. There are like, I want to say about a dozen or so logs that you can't get. And this is one of the few unique ones. Anyway, space pirate encrypted data decoded. Zebus has fallen. All ground personnel are presumed dead, either killed by the hunter clad in metal or in the subsequent destruction of the underground facilities. Our research frigates, Orphon, Syriacus, and Vol Paragom were in orbit 0 hour and managed to retreat. Frigate Orphon is now docked at Vortex Outpost. Orphon's cargo appears to have 100% survival rate. Metroids are healthy, but on restricted feeding schedules due to uncertain supply status. We are ready to begin research on the Metroids and other promising life forms. Security status remains at code blue. No signs of pursuit from the hunter. Well, depending on which game you consider canon, presumably, Zero Mission is canon. But, Samus had other problems leaving Zebus. Scan the enemies. I know! Not all of them are alive. Some of them are. Parasite lava, this, that, and the other. You see all the little details. Phazon infusion stage 4. Phazon? What's Phazon? Stage 1. So maybe that's stage 2. Yeah, that would be stage 3 then. Yeah, it makes sense. It's kind of dead though. Unknown. Horribly mutated. I wonder. Oh, hello. I can't remember if it's that one or that one, but when this ship crashes later on, isn't there a missile tank in one of them? I forget which. I wonder if they'll be bringing Phazon back for Prime 4, or if we'll be getting like a new storyline. Because I could see both. Both is fine. Ah, they're all dead or dying. Sucks to be them, I suppose. No, that's right. Space pirate ones don't really work. Oh, I have a missile. Yeah, Space Pirate ones don't really go into your log until you're actually down on the planet. That reminds me. Ow. Damn it. That'll do it. I really am out of practice. I swear I used to be able to do that. Alright, down we go. Oh, is he dead? Oh no, he's dead. Death caused by severe lacerations to the abdomen. Clever girl. Later. Now we have the pointlessly long door opening section. Is it to cover loading, perhaps? Could be. Close enough. There should be. Yep, there it is. Save point. No point in not using it. Just in case I balls up the starting boss. Alright, let's do this. It's the Parasite Queen, it should be fine. So once we get down to like the Omega Pirate and ones like that, that's when things start getting bad. Oh, life science. Could it be something bad? Well, yes, but actually no. Hello there. Alright, Parasite Queen. Parasite female, genetically enhanced by unknown means. Weak spot has been detected in the creature's mouth. Use your auto-targeting to acquire this target. Yep. Have some missiles, because why not, right? Uh-oh. Ow! There you go. Okay. I forgot about those. I forgot they added the tokens to this game. You joke, but I do know someone who's died to this boss. Well, if you're not familiar with the game, it's a question of, have you learned everything the game has taught you so far in this tutorial? You're barely into the game, you get a boss fight, and then boom, you're running for your life. Which is such a cool moment. Here's the thing. The running for your life bit here is fun, but it's made better by what comes after. And I'll talk about that when we get there. I love how you can turn turrets off. That's such a cool feature for people who are paying attention. Hey look, it's this room again I talked about. And everybody's a little dead. Just a little bit. Hi guys. Is he dead? He's dead apparently. Hello. Ow. Stop that. Meow. Woohoo! Oh, actually, don't I need to scan these fuckers? Oh no, I already have. Good. Couldn't remember if I needed to scan them again. No, in fact, I'm thinking of later on when you go through these pipes, aren't I? That's what I'm thinking of. Woohoo! Speedrunning strats. Actually, this is a speedrunning strat. I've seen it done. In fact, I think that's where I picked it up from. Woohoo! It's little wonder they ended up making a pinball game out of all this. Hey look, free jump. Makes it so much better just be able to whoop and jump. Go away. Whoa, hey, you're still alive. Alright, let's just go. Ow. The time limit is also very generous on this point. Like, it's not supposed to be hard. Like, if you get lost, or if you don't quite realize what you're doing, it can be a problem. But again, it's not supposed to be a challenge. It's just, again, have you learnt everything? Ah, and here we get, this is the room I think it is. Because what would a Metroid game be without our old friend? Shows up now, disappears for the entire game, shows up right before the end in a... but it's actually quite a challenging boss fight. And, woohoo! Woohoo! Pretty sure some of these consoles talk about him. Yeah, subject matter Ridley. He's a clone because they're all bloody clones. Weapon update complete. Yeah, it just tells you about him. Turret. Ah yes, this point. Makes literally no fucking sense. it would be Metroid Dread. What, as in what would the game be without Ridley? Yes, I suppose technically you're correct. Everything dies. You lose literally everything. Every major upgrade, and you're left with literally nothing at all. I like how this place is supposed to be depressurized, and yet the fire is still raging. Alright. And we're out. Success! And we still have 3 minutes left. It's like, as I say, it's not super hard. It's just supposed to be a small little challenge. Have you been paying attention to the tutorials? Can you play the game at a baseline level? And they put like a save point right before the boss. So, you know. I mean, I know there isn't one after the boss, but... Well, hey, achievement! Yes, quite an achievement. Tracking on the enemy target has been lost. Ground-based recon required. Begin landing sequence. I love this moment so fucking much. We're in. Yes, please. You see, for me, I think this was the moment where this game got its hooks into me so hard, and it's never let go since. I did say I was going to pause for a moment and talk about stuff. I love the juxtaposition that introduces the Talon overworld. There's another one later on as well, and it's one of the reasons why a later area that we go to is also very much beloved. But if you think about what the last 5 minutes has entailed for you, you know, you've gone through the space pirate frigate. It's all destroyed and torn up. You faced up against a few enemies, nothing too tough. I think the pirates that are still up and mobile are probably the biggest challenge there, but they're not too tough. You're pretty capable. You know, you've got all your skills and your moves and your little abilities, missiles, charge beams, this, that, the other. And then you fight a boss. You know, maybe you lose, but you probably won't. It's a relatively simple one, again, as I say, if you're paying attention. And then you get the countdown. Now, even if you haven't played a Metroid game before, you probably know that countdowns are a bit of a Metroid trope. If not, it might come as a surprise that, you know, the game is throwing such a strict time limit at you. Of course, in reality, it's not strict. It's not meant to test you. It's meant to simply just nudge you in the right direction. But if you don't know it's coming, the countdown can feel really tense. Like, it gets the adrenaline going, you know? The heart is pumping there. And then, right at the end, you lose everything. You know, and the computer actually goes through the thing of listing off everything you've just lost. You've lost your missiles, you've lost your charge beam, you've lost your Varia suit, you know, you've lost your grapple. All of those tools that you just relied on to get through the spaceship are now gone. You've lost everything. But you don't have time to sit and think about that then, because the countdown is still going. So now the panic is kind of like really up high because you've just lost a whole bunch of really good shit, but you don't have time to think about it until you get to here. And this is what you're greeted with. You're greeted with this lush, green, beautiful looking scenery. I mean, okay, it's a little dated by today's standards, but let's be honest, back in the day, this looked fan-fucking-tastic. This was actually really, really good looking for a GameCube game. And, like, you got the soft, gentle rain, the waterfalls cascading off in the distance. You know, there's no enemies here. There's nothing for you to fight. It's a sudden, almost jarring moment of peace that you're given to kind of decompress after what happened. And as I said, the juxtaposition is fucking beautiful. The rain, I think, is what makes it. Like, the waterfall and the greenery was nice, but the fact you get this rain, and you can, like, see it bouncing off of the gun, and even Samus's hand when she's, like, holding it, you can see it bouncing off of the gun that you're holding in front of you. And if you look up, I'm pretty sure it goes onto your visor, and it's just, like, it's all the little details. And it's just, as I say, I don't think it quite hit me as hard the first time I played it, in the sense of, it hit me that hard, but I didn't realize how hard it had hit me. You know? It wasn't until I thought back on it sometime later, I thought, Jesus Christ, that is a really well-crafted moment, isn't it? Like, just the tension, the stress of that, and then suddenly you're left here, in this green area, with this soft, gentle rain, and the music just singing at you in the background. It is such a perfect fucking encapsulation of what Metroid Prime is, to me at least. How it's a game built on... Sorry, I'm just getting myself a bit comfortable. How it's a game built on atmosphere. How it's a game built on its worlds and the planets that you visit. And I think that, for me, it's the best moment in the game. For me, personally, the juxtaposition between what we just went through and where we now are is the best moment in the game. And it's a game, as I said, this game was the first game to really get its claws into me and make me start, like, feeling shit. And there were games before this that did it as well, but I don't think anything did it as hard as this. I think. Could be wrong, but I don't know. And it's just such a perfect moment. As I said, there is a moment later on that kind of does the same thing in a slightly different way. I'll talk about that when we get to that, but yeah, I love this. Just this moment. I know for a fact that often I will just play the opening of the game again and then stop when I'm here, because it's like, I've experienced the best part of the game. I don't need to go any further, you know? But that's just me. That's my personal viewpoint and opinion on the whole thing. Yeah, it's good. I think it's really good. And as I say, you know, I've talked before about how this is my favorite game, and this is one of the reasons why. And as I said, there'll be moments like this where I just pause and talk for a bit. So, yeah, I just wanted to talk about that, because for me, it's why I love this game. So, yeah. Anyway, let's get on with it, I suppose. Pretty sure we gotta scan you. Ah, yes, my ship. The Hunter-class gunship. Number of ships that Samus goes through in her career is quite something. I don't think there's anything else in this area we can scan. So, we might as well head off to the way that I know. It's also worth pointing out, of course, like, you know, you've lost everything. You don't know if you can survive, because you've lost it. You know, you've lost your charge beam, you've lost your missiles, you've lost the things you were depending on. So, if you end up encountering something, can you deal with it? Like, what if you run into the pirates again? What if you run into Ridley? You don't know. And I love that. I love it so much. And just... God, sorry. I fucking love this game so much. I could literally talk for fucking days on this. Don't get me started too much. Hello! You just go into the first area and boom. A couple of enemies. But you blast them, because they're not hard. They're not supposed to be hard. Mushrooms! Saturnine. Ah, yeah. I love how they come bursting out, and there's just this sand in the air, this sort of smoke for a bit because of that. Go through here. Oh, the lush greenery. Ooh, let's shoot it. Ah, it exploded. Oh no. Yeah. God, I love this game so much. Right. Let's scan some things. We got, what is that? The blast cap. Got a couple of these guys. And it's the Zoomer, which is a classic Metroid enemy. Like all the way back from the first game, you know? I like how it's, I think it says it here, actually. Does it say it here? No, it doesn't. I'm sure it says it in one game. It's the idea that Zoomers actually, they're an interplanetary species because they actually send their eggs or seeds or whatever across space or something like that, which is why they show up on so many planets in the Metroid franchise. I think that's what it was. I mean, it is worth pointing out, I'm pretty sure that Talon 4 is supposed to be in the same planetary system as Zebes. I think that's the case, because I think that's confirmed when we get to Phendrana later. I think. Sun service appears too smooth to be natural. It was a trap. Blast you. Ow! Chozo Ruins. Because of course it's the bloody Chozo. That's one of the things that I kind of like that the Prime trilogy does, is it doesn't focus on the Chozo too much. Like, yes, there's Chozo Ruins here, because I think they were a bit too afraid to go outside the norm. But then in, like, you know, Prime 2, you've got the Lumoth. And then Prime 3 adds in, like, the Brio and a whole bunch of other species. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I'm pretty sure even if I turn this thing off, it still goes. Hang on, let me, I've got to remember what the button was. No, that's the beams. There it is. Hang on. Let's see. It's in options. There. Hint system off. Thank you. Right. I don't need a hint system. Actually, I might need a hint. No, I won't need a hint system. I shouldn't need a bloody hint system. I played this game like a dozen times. Probably more. Chozo lore! You've got to have the lore. The history of the Chozo stretches back into ancient times, so far into the fog of the past that we know not where our ancestors came from. One thing is clear, however. The Chozo who colonized Talon 4 made a conscious choice to eschew the civilization of advanced technology. We Chozo chose to live in harmony with nature, guided by the providence of the universe. We believe we will spend peaceful days here and plan to leave our words from time to time. I wonder if they were running from Blavenbeak. Shh, spoiler alert. Chozo Ruins. Again, this is another nice little moment where you think, bloody hell, these are big ruins here. And I think it's like the first time you see Chozo architecture in a big way. Because, like, I mean, I suppose technically there is some in... There is some in Metroid 2, but Metroid 2 was very simplistic. Because it was fucking Metroid 2, you know? It was just... It was a Game Boy game. There wasn't anything to show. And you saw some in Metroid 3 as well. But again, not a lot to see. This is the first time you really see, like, a lot of this. Yeah, what is it? Ah, Scarab. Yep. Great defensive mechanism, guys. Ah, the eyeball. Coming through. Come on. Okay. Oh god. Did he not show up yet? I thought they did. Chozo lore! Many long years have passed since we Chozo first took root in this land. The passage of time has always been a source of fascination to us. It is the belief of many Chozo sages that the truths of the universe hide within the tumbling currents of time's flow. Even as we search for answers there, however, we find illumination in others, unexpected places. We know not how the ability has come to us, but recently many Chozo have begun to sense things beyond the realm of ordinary perception. Strange sights and inexplicable sensations flood our minds, filling us with visions, and we take this growing ability to be a sign of our burgeoning harmonization with the infinite. Perhaps, finally, the universe's secrets are becoming known to us. It's not really explored too much in any other game, I'll be honest with you. Like, maybe the Chozo do have psychic powers. I don't remember it being mentioned anything beyond that. Hi guys. I'm gone. Don't need to hang around. Yeah, more of you guys. Okay. Ah yes, the fireflies. You'd think these creatures would be used more often, but they're really not. Come on, down you go. I don't think you have to... I don't think you can scan the acid water, unfortunately. Ah yes, this place. I remember this place. Time for your first mini-boss. How well can you get on without any kind of help? Can you get on at all, even? Because look, it's a missile tank. That couldn't possibly be a oh, it's a trap. There we go. I got one of them. Missed. Nice. Stop stopping behind me, it's annoying. That's more like it. Damn it. It was literally on the far side. Come on, where are you going to stop now? That's more like it. Whoop, never mind. I like how you can fight this fight without actually moving. You just stand in one spot and let them do their thing. Let's time that. Oh, hello. Doing really well as well. I got cocky. That was the problem. It's a missile tank. Oh yeah, we also want to scan. You also want to scan those because there's a limited number of them in the game. It's just a blast shield for missiles, but still, you gotta scan it. Ah, yeah. And, the wonderful look of an energy tank. Unfortunately, you can't go in here because you kind of need them all full, but even then, you don't really need to. I mean, you can go down that trick if you want, but you don't need to. Unless you're going for like a completionist sort of thing, you really don't need to go down there. Well, that's lucky, otherwise I'd have trouble getting out of here. Damn straight you will. Okay. Gotcha. Destroy the nest, they can't come out of it, because that's how nests work. Wait for that to go away. Hello! Ow! Missile expansion acquired. Come on. Alright. And it's another map. Lovely. Here you can see just how big the map actually is. The areas are actually pretty large in this game. And I will say, I'll point it out when we get there. No, wait, is it that room? No, it's not that room. Which room is it? Oh, it might not. Oh no, it might be. It might not be on this half of the map. It might actually be on the latter part of the map. Yes, it's like it's off to the right of this room there. It's off to the right side. That's it. I was going to say, I'll point out the room that doesn't quite meet the standards the rest of them does, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Now, if you're curious, just because I may as well show you, there is a save point around here. If you want to use it, you don't have to. I mean, you can, but you don't have to. Later, guys. Woo! Later. Excuse me. Thank you. Ow. Yep, good for you. Ow! Ah, yes, this fight. I do like how you get your baseline abilities back bloody quickly. It's one of the things I actually kind of liked about Metroid Dread, though, is that how long it took for you to get the Morph Ball. Like, you have to wait pretty friggin' long in the game to do that. Have I scanned you guys? Yes, I have. Okay. I want to hurry up and die already, please. Yeah, man. It's a little light. We got incoming. It's a bug with a big butt. And an overly long introductory cutscene for what is essentially just a larger version of what you were just fighting. Treats it like it's a big deal. It's really not. Uh-huh. Really? Thank you. That gets demoted from boss to normal enemy later on. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of a mini boss than a boss. I mean, the first real boss is, fuck, how'd you pronounce it? Flagra or whatever it was. I've never actually been sure how to pronounce that boss's name. It's something like that. And there's the Morphy Bally with woohoo! Oh no, wait, do we not have the Morph Ball jump yet? I thought we got the Morph Ball jump straight off. Hang on a second, I thought we had the Morph Ball. Oh, I thought we had Morph Ball jump. I might be thinking of Prime 3. I think Prime 3 you start off with the Morph Ball jump, but I could be wrong about that. Maybe you get the Morph Ball jump when you get the high jump boots? Don't remember. Right. Ooh, well, guys. Oh, yes, this is the only room where the fireflies actually come into play in like an actual proper manner, because they illuminate the room and you can't see otherwise. Like I say, literally the only room where that's the case. But hey, we do have some lore! The surges of negative energy brought by the meteor far exceed our expectations. We Chozo have yet to find a way to rid ourselves of the great poison. All we can do now is seal it away and wait for the day when the power to purify the poison appears. However, it is already impossible to collect all of the pieces of the great poison, as it is already spread, seeping into the planet and hardening. Well, that doesn't sound very good. You don't want something hardening on you if you're not in the mood for it. That's right, run! Woo, just got it, and that's your Shriek Bat. Spring Ball was tied to the bombs to not break the game order. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Hi guys. What are you called? The Reaper Vine? I don't fear the Reaper, but I'm definitely going to get rid of him. Alright, let's go get our two next upgrades. One is technically optional, but not really. I've actually gotten stuck in this corridor. Like, as in, got stuck and had to reset the game stuck. Which is kind of irritating. I don't know what happened, I just got stuck on geometry or something, I don't know. Oh, blooming egg, is that the time already? Okay. It's 4 o'clock. And that means I'm going to take a quick break. Actually, should I break on... No, let's break on this one. That's a little more in theme. Wow, look at that. I've already got 20% of the logbook. Nice. Okay, yeah, going to take a quick break. And I'll be back in a bit. You mean the charge beam is optional? Well, that's what I mean when I say technically optional. I don't think you have to pick it up in order to continue through the game. But you will eventually reach a point where you need it. It's optional now. It's not optional later, I think. I don't remember there being a point where you need the charge beam before you face the boss. I might be misremembering that. Anyway, whatever. As I say, going to take a break. Back in a minute, guys. And we are back. Okay then, right. I'm pretty sure when we leave this area... Yep, there they are. They try to ambush you. It does not work. Right. Just refresh my memory. Which... Alright, so that's charge beam. And that's bombs. Do I need bombs? I think they're both separate, aren't they? Isn't the charge beam needed for super missiles? Yes, it is. That's kind of my point. When I said that they were eventually going to be needed, that's what I meant. Hi, guys. Careful now. Whoop. Too far. Okay, now, oh yeah, we gotta do the whole... Is there one over there? No, wait, where was it? One. Wasn't there? Ah, there it is. Two. I gotta remember where they all are. Because I'll be honest, I don't. I'm sure there was one on the floor somewhere else. Oh no, well, that's right. There's one there. And then there's one over here. Whoa! Oh yeah, that's right. If you get the bombs first, you can technically go in there and grab an early ordinary missile tank. Because super missiles and missiles all use the same ammo count in this one. Anyway, Chozo lore. Disaster struck suddenly. We had a vague, dark foreboding, and it became truth. A meteor appeared from nowhere, casting a dark shadow of debris over the land, with the violence of its impact. Its destructive force spent, the fallen star burned itself out rapidly, and the incident should have faded into memory. But the meteor brought with it corruption. A great poison burst forth into the land, a strange energy that clawed at natural life with a ferocity. That strange negative energy emitted from the meteor expanded to encompass Talon 4 in a night, as a spider weaves a web. Almost as if it was planned. Charge beam. Yeah, so as I said, if I'd have gone to get the bombs first, I could blow that up. Go through and pick up a missile tank. It's not desperately necessary. It's a nice to have, but it's not a necessary. Technically, there's another item up there as well. In fact, I think there's 2 missile tanks in that area, but you can only get one of them at this point. The other one, I think you need the spider ball for. Top of my head. Ow! Did I miss one? I probably missed one. I thought the powder was... I thought the powder they left behind was bad. I guess I'm misremembering that. I thought it was like poisonous and it hurt you. I must be misremembering that. Or maybe I'm thinking of a different enemy or a different game or something. Ow, 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 ow. You see, that's just bloody rude. Now there is... I remember an item up here. I don't think you can... No, you need double jump. Which is a shame. I do remember it being there, though. My memory has not completely failed me yet. Ah, here we are. We'll be going to go the way through here later. Let's see now. Can I remember? Time for another boss fight. So the blast caps leave behind his helmet. Yeah, I had it in my mind that it was poisonous. I might be thinking of another enemy, or I might just be thinking of something else entirely. I need to scan that. No. There you are. Oh yeah, it's the wasps I gotta scan. Again, a unique enemy, a war wasp. Ow, 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 ow. Come on. Yeah. Now look at it. Really? I thought it was only 3 rounds to this. Oh, am I thinking of the first one? I'm probably getting confused with the first one. I thought there was 3 rounds. Guess there's 4. Maybe I was thinking 3 fire rounds. There it is. See, I remember most of it. It's just some of the specifics I've forgotten. And it is... the Morph Ball Bomb. Yay. Dinky little jump. I'm pretty sure. Whoop. There it is. Now I can do the proper jump. I remember on one run I forgot that. I was so annoyed that I had to come all the way back here just to pick it up. Although there is one that I did forget that I'm genuinely annoyed at, because I know for a fact that missing it meant I've never actually completed this game under 5 hours with 100%, which is like the best way to complete the game. Yeah, it's like getting 100% on Fusion under 2 hours. That's gotta hurt. Ooh. Also, I need to scan you. This is a puzzle. Can you get in there? This is a puzzle. Can you work it out, music? I probably should have scanned that. Oh, I'll too late now. Oh, didn't work properly. Up we go. Oh sure, now you wake up. Now this does eventually lead to a dead end, but I'm pretty sure I can nab a health tank out of this. I think there's somewhere later. No, I think this is the health tank. Need as many as you can get for what's to come. Come on. The Thalagaragra boss fight is definitely a trickier one. The first real sort of boss fight you have in the game. I mean, the Parasite Queen is tricky, but not a real challenge, but the Thalagaragra boss fight's really good. Of course, these guys are back. How enemy respawning works, as far as I am aware, you have to go 2 rooms away. So right, this room, right? If you look at the map, this is the flashing area is the room you're in. So if I was to go 2 rooms away, which would make, let's see, this room and then that room, that would be enough for the enemies in this room to respawn. That's how it works. It's 2 rooms away. Also, this is the room I said that has a thing that's kind of annoying. Because you can see clearly there that there's a white colored door. What you perhaps can't see is that little spur that's poking out there on the right. That's a morph ball thing. And you can go through there. But it's not indicated very clearly that that's the case. Which is kind of annoying. You don't know what the hell you're doing, I guess. It's about the only time I think where the map isn't 100% clear on you. Okay. Come on, there you go. Please don't get stuck. Now. Whoop. No, I don't want to scan. Never mind. There's number 1. Okay, let me think. Where is 2, 3, and 4? Oh, there. I know there's another hive around here somewhere. Damn it. Yeah, the venom weed. Wait, have I walked past one? I think I walked past one, didn't I? Damn it, where was it? No, it's not that. Where's the fourth one? I know I'm missing one, and I've completely forgotten where the bloody hell it was. Tell you what, let me wander around for a minute, and I'll see if I can remember. I know there's one there. Where the bloody hell was the... Oh, there it is. I literally walked right past it. Come on. Scan it. There it is. I ain't saying, Elsie. The Archons are here? Nope, you've lost me. And look who it is. Flagler. Come on, scan him. Flagra. See, I was right first time. Although I still like just pronouncing it Flagra, because that's just funnier. Mutant plants, the source of the toxic water in the ruins. Its growth cycle has been radically accelerated. As a result, it requires near constant exposure to solar energy to remain active. This exposure has made its outer shell thick and durable. Its lower root system is unprotected and vulnerable, however. Exploit this flaw when possible. Concentrated weapon fire can daze it for short periods. In other words, you gotta blast it in the face a couple of times. And poof. Multi-ball time. Doink. I like when it actually shrinks and then grows back because of sunlight. Even though technically it's already in direct sunlight. But hey, who cares, right? Ow! Ow! Oh, we got it? Ow! Bloody rude, if you ask me. Alright, halfway there. getting this timing right, am I? Oh, no, we got it. Alright, last one. And that is how you do it nice and quick. Wasn't as good as I normally get it. I'm usually better at dodging these attacks than that, but you got the style of it. Just a case of dodge jumping around him as fast as you bloody well can. Well, hey. Of course, we'll be coming back here later to be having a much more annoying fight. But hey, we got rid of the poison water, which will make things a little bit easier going forward. And hey, we got that. Okay, where is the... Are they gone? The health... Are they gone? God damn bloody health top disappearing on me like that. Rude, I'm telling you. I will say, it's one weird thing that the suit upgrade is literally just an icon. Like, it's such a weird thing. Like, all the other upgrades look kind of like the thing you're picking up in some way. This one's just a weird icon. It's like they couldn't work out what else for it to be. Various suit. Oh good, I'm so happy. Alright. Of course, is it supposed to be pronounced Varia? I've heard someone who once called it the Varia suit. I don't know if that's better or worse. Because, I mean, Varia is actually a mistranslation, if memory serves. In actuality, it's supposed to be the barrier suit. Or at least it was originally. Hello. Oh yeah. 100 points of energy. I thank you very much. Hello. Can't kill those yet. I don't have the wave beam. Now let me think. Oh yeah, we can scan you. Hi guys. Now down here I know for a fact there's like a log somewhere. Not there. Not there either. Hang on, where is it? There it is. Fortunately time freezes when you're reading a book, so you know that's useful information to know. The cries of this dying land echo in our ears as we Chozo watch the great poison seep ever further into the living pulse of the planet. The dark energy sinks into the trees and the waters, devouring all life. Peaceful beasts die by the thousands. Some creatures survive, but their form grows and twisted and evil as the forest fell from the sky. Many of these mutated monstrosities remain small enough to do little harm, but others grow enormous and threaten our very existence. One such beast defiles our sacred fountain, disgorging poison from its foul form, replacing pure flowing water with cascades of creeping death. Even in the face of such horror, we Chozo do not turn in fear. We are all that stands in the way of this great poison, and it is our duty to contain it. Don't worry, I've sorted the poison thing out. Magmore Caverns, yes. Now this is... Oh yeah, that's the other half of that thing. I said, oh, we don't need to go through this door. That whole thing. That being said, there's a few things around here we are going to need to get on some measure. Once we wait for the elevator to do its thing. I do love the little jump that you can just do without having to spam bombs all the time. It makes things so much sodding easier. The future is a vague thing, ever-changing and always in doubt. Even if we Chozo could gain the ability to foresee the future, it would be a hollow gift, for we could never hope to control what has yet to occur. The fountain is an example of this. The day may come when its waters dries up and there is nothing we could do to stop such a tragedy. But we do know this. Unlike the uncertain flow of water, the power of our will is strong and enduring. The will of the Chozo will never run dry. Hope not. Nope, nope, mistimed that slightly. Gotcha. Poison they're talking about isn't about the poison in the water? I think it was, because they were talking about the fountain in the first one, remember? Hi guys! Energy tank. Okay, now hang on, let me just double check something. So we've got... I know there's an item in this room I can get. Technically speaking, there's an item in this room I can get too. Actually, can I get that one? Yes, I can get that one now. Do I want to go that way now? I'm not too worried about, but there's an item there and an item there that I can get to loop back around and go through that way. So I could go through and around there. And that's not something I can get until later on. Okay. Yeah, in fact, you know what? Let's do that. I don't normally, but screw it. Why not, right? Well, it's either get it now or get it later, so... Oop, come on. Time to go. No, wait, actually, don't I need to... Yeah, hang on. I do like I'm just completely ignoring the enemies. You're like, oi, don't ignore me. What? Sorry, I'm kind of busy right now. Well, hey. So like how these little mirrors have just little Samus's reflection. Lovely. Small little details like that are nice. Every missile helps, especially with bosses. Especially once we get to super missiles later on, you can fucking wreck shit. I don't normally go this way. I don't know why I am, but apparently I just am. Oh well. Well, at least it doesn't one-hit kill you like in Bloody Hunters. Now, I will say that was the one thing I really fucking hated about Hunters. It puts you through these incredibly tight, confined spaces through the single player of that game, and it fucking one-hit killed you. Like, whose fucking idea was that? Fucking one-hit kill in a Metroid game. Bullshit. And we're into Magmore Caverns. Ah. Arguably the most hated area in the game. I think people don't like this area. It never bothered me. I'm fine with it. It is perhaps not up to its true level of potential, but it could be. But I like it. Looks at Dread mode. Well, that's an entire mode where it's one-hit kill. Like, that's a challenge. The one-hit kill thing in Hunters is all like, you don't have a choice or say in it at all. Just checking. It's a Grisby. Hot stuff. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. I remember I read, I think it was a review for this, that really complained about the music in Magmore Caverns, saying it was boring and repetitive and they didn't get why it sounded like that compared to all the other music. And like, even I knew this was from fucking Metroid 3. It's the Ridley's Lair theme. Lower Norfair. I'm not dead yet. Ah, lovely. Ow. One of the things I like about Magmore Caverns is it's actually surprisingly well designed. As I said, it didn't quite reach its full potential, because I got the vibe that it was probably supposed to be like a hub area, Like all the other areas would be branching off from this one, and they kind of do, kinda. And this would be like a central hub sort of place that you'd have to run through multiple times, and it does sort of work like that as you're playing through the game, but it's not quite. It sort of ends up being more, not really annoying, but more of a problem than it probably should be. But one of the things I quite like about it is that as you get more upgrades, this area gets easier to navigate. Because at first, it's pretty bloody difficult. You know, you gotta go through all these areas. You gotta do all this stuff, all this absolute annoyance. But later on, when you get the double jump, you can start just leaping over barriers. Once you get the grapple, you can just swing yourself over lava pits. It's, as I said, it doesn't quite reach the potential I think it could have been. But I do still think it's a really good area. I get that some people might find the tapping in the music annoying, but again, it's the Ridley theme. Well, it's not the Ridley theme, it's the Ridley area theme, you know? Lower Norfair. It's the same music. Come on, get in there. Okay. Maybe it was these things I was thinking of. Their toxic gas. A lot of these platforms and stuff disappear as the game progresses, forcing you to use your more advanced moves. Bonk. Do I already have it? Yeah, okay, it's the same version. Hello! Whoop, wrong button. Works for me. Alright. What is all this stuff? It's a geothermal power plant. I'd forgotten that this was a geothermal power plant. Assuming I ever knew in the first place. We have another area that's made infinitely more easy by the ability to jump, so we can get the timing right. Yeah, man. There we go. Oh yeah. And of course this is where we get the other moment of juxtaposition. You know, you've gone through a nice tight corridor. It's all fire and lava and just heat. And where does the game take you? Where does it drop you off? Andrana Drifts. You'll flash your way through a couple of ice barriers. Of course, you're still in a tunnel. You're still all cramped and corridored. And then... another perfect moment. Tight corridors, lava, heat, monsters burping fire at you, things that you blow up and kill that leave like acid and stuff, or, you know, toxic clouds behind, and then this. Just... again, it has that sort of moment of calm peacefulness. It's not quite the same, because you can clearly see enemies flying around. You can lock on to various things. But it's another moment. And it's the one reason why I think... I remember one of the really big sticking points was that a lot of people in Prime 3 wanted there to be an ice level, an ice biome. Because so many people really loved this moment. As I said, for me, it's not as strong as the one I talked about at the start of the game, where you land in Talon Overworld. But I think it hit a lot of people really good because the gentle falling snow, the vast open area, it's just fucking gorgeous. And the music is so good. The soundtrack of this game is fucking phenomenal. It's probably my favorite soundtrack too, maybe. I don't really know. I don't really rate soundtracks like that. Yeah, it'd be good soundtrack too. After the frying pan and into the freezer. Yeah, it's a Final Fantasy X reference. Hey, good, I unlocked the door. Let's snip into here real quick. It's not the save point. Lucky these are here, really. Nice. So many things to record at all times. Some of them better than others. Whoop. Careful now. You thought the blue ones were annoying. Let's go before something bad happens. It's fine. It's totally fine. Now, if I remember, these creatures are temporary. They're here now, and they get replaced later with something else, and they don't show up anywhere else, so you've got to grab them now. They are not the same creatures you see in... Is it Talon Overworld you see these things, or the Chozo Ruins? It's one of them. These are like the ice variant of that. Ow. Ow. So, scan them now. Otherwise, you'll miss your chance. Look, you can see a little item over there. I like how you go all the way around and you come back and you're like, wow, it's the same area I was just in. Ah, it looks so good. Oh, I love this game. Alright. thought you could jump. Oh no, wait, haven't I got a... Wait, am I just... Oh no, wait. No, that's right. I can't go up here yet. That's later on, I'm thinking. As the great poison reached ever further into the planet, we Chozo began to feel the gnawings of despair. Before it is too late, we now make our last stand. We've begun to build a temple to contain this darkness. At its heart, we will place a cipher, a mystical lock powered by 12 artifacts and filled with as much power as we Chozo can harness. We wonder, though, even when we are done, will it be too late? Will the power of the temple and the cipher itself prove strong enough to hold back the poisonous tide that even now swells within the ground, threatening all life? Now, I was thinking, no, we go through there now. But no, we don't go through there now. We go through there later. I'm getting myself a little ass backwards here. Hi, guys. Bye, guys. Ow. So many creatures suffer beneath the blight upon the land. We Chozo are no exception. But for all our pain, we can at least believe in the promise of the future. We have come to believe that a time may never come when we can once again open the door and banish the darkness we've contained. Even so, our vigilance will forever remain. We believe that on some far-off day, a savior will come and continue what we have begun. For that savior, we will leave our ancient weapons and armor. The soul who can gather them will be the entrusted one, the only being who can reverse the evil that grows here. Do you think they're talking about Samus? Nah, it could be. You just never know, right? I hate these things so much. And we get Boost Ball. Essentially this game's equivalent of the Speed Booster, because they couldn't quite work out how to do the Speed Booster in first person, which I think fine, that's understandable. So they did it on the Morph Ball, and actually I think it works out really fucking well, personally. Alright. Woohoo! I suppose I could say something like insert, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater reference here, but you can make your own reference. Let's put on Superman or something like that, I don't know. Ow. Ow. Keep getting wrecked by all this stuff. And a random cutscene. Just to remind you he's in the game, I suppose. And I think in a way to sort of lead you in that direction. Because I will say, I'm just going to pause it now because I'm going to be going for a break in a minute anyway. I will say, I think the next few items are one of the few times this game's flow really kind of suffers. Because you're in Phendrana Drift, And the next item you gotta get is all the way back in Talon Overworld. Now, it's not hard to get to because there's a shortcut from Magmoor back to Talon. That's not a problem. But then once you've been to Talon, you've then got to come all the way back to Phendrana Drifts. So you're in Phendrana, then you got to go to Magmoor, Talon, then back to Magmoor, and then back to Phendrana just to continue. And it's like, it's one of the few problems this game has in terms of the flow of it. This is why I say that Prime 2 had a better level design. Because that level, that game you had the hub world, and then you had 3 areas branching off of it. And if each of those areas had been self-contained, that would have actually been really good. There's a couple of points in Prime 2 that are off as well. Anyway, as I say, gonna take a quick break, because I really need to go to the bathroom right now. Back in a minute, guys. And we are back. Alright, let's get going again. Where were we? Ah, yes, right here. Okay, yeah, so Ridley flies off. As I say, I think it's supposed to, like, guide you. Hey, you need to go back now. It's sort of a vague way to point you in the right direction. Ow, that's fine. Okay. But yeah, I mean, it's like I was saying before, it's the one point where things kind of fall apart. I mean, it doesn't matter as much later on. Like, once you got a whole bunch of upgrades under your belt and you're going on the big relic hunt. Not relic, artifact. Which some people hate. I love the artifact hunt. I think it's the one thing that I think makes Metroid Prime pretty much close to perfect. Because it makes total sense within context of a Metroidvania, doesn't it? I mean, the whole point is at the end of the game you go wandering around the world hunting for items anyway. Besides, if you're clever, you can get some of them early. Some. Not most. I think you can get... I think, what is it, 12? And you can get 3 of them early, I think. Is it 12? Ow. Okay. Bit major item here, of course, but we can't get it yet because we need to emulate Metroid 3. Oh, I think I've done my voice in. After yesterday playing Digimon, and today just spending my whole time just gushing over this game, I don't think my voice is just going. Scan you? Yeah, okay. Uh-oh. Up we go. Watch out for that lava. Get in there. Works for me. here we have a shortcut back to Talon Overworld. This is what I mean when I say that, like, I got the feeling Magmore was supposed to be like a central hub, like kind of like a corridor, which again it kind of is if you look at it on a map. It's kind of a long corridor that all the other areas connect to. Hiding under the bridge. Cannot hide from me. Not when I have a vague recollection of what the fuck I should be doing at any given moment. The weird thing is, I don't really remember what I'm doing. I've done this so many times, this is practically muscle memory at this point, which is actually really kind of fucking scary if you think about it. I know all this, not because I remember it, but but because I'm so used to it, it's literally a habit. That's fucking terrifying. Not enough to completely miss a jump, of course, but until you get the double jump, it's actually kind of annoying to do all this shit. Hello! I really wish I knew why it did that. It flings like a giant thing of acid at you, and for some reason if you shoot it, it then sends a ball of fire back towards the original plant. I never worked that one out. Hey guys, back again, are we? Oh, almost. There it is. Well, hey. All right. And I love it that right next to where you started, there just so happened to be a major upgrade that you couldn't get to because you just couldn't reach it. I mean, unless you know the speedrunning thing. I know there's like this speedrunning strat where you can sidestep up to that platform. I've never managed to pull it off myself. I know it can be done, I've seen it. Finally, we have the double jump. Yeah. Alright, now I'm pretty sure. Actually, grab the item that you're trying to get. My fucking help. And while we're here, why don't we go and have a look-see at what we were told about? Because it's still raining, it's still all lovely and beautiful. God, I love this area so fucking much. Because like when you first come out, the first door you see, ironically, is this door here. And so you'll like scramble your way up the waterfall, and you'll be like, wow. You can see your ship in the distance. You clock a couple more doors, that one you can't get to. One over there we can check later, but you'll come up here, maybe, on your first playthrough. Whoop. Ow. You'll make your way through here, through a couple of enemies, then you reach this point. The impact crater. Pirate data. Log 10.308.0. Field team reports are in on an aged structure of alien design built on the surface of Talon 4. Studies show this structure projects a containment field. This field bars access to a prime source of energy within a deep crater. Prime, you say? Science team believes the field is powered by a number of strange Chozo artifacts. We have found some of these relics, and studies on them have begun. As this field could hinder any future energy production operations on Talon 4, we must dismantle it as soon as possible. If this means the destruction of the Chozo artifacts, it will be done. Of course, you come over here and it's like, oh, can't do that. Oh dear, what a shame. Of course, if you scan them, blast shield, explosive damage, but we have that. We get this random ass long corridor, which I'm pretty sure is a loading corridor. You find a lot of these actually scattered across Metroid Prime. They're loading corridors. This I like, by the way. Like, you look at this, and it's like, it so looks kind of like Samus's visor. I don't know if it was deliberate, or if it was a coincidence, but it kind of looks like Samus's visor. You walk in. You look down. Ooh, shiny things. Shows up artifact. And of course you get a bit of lore. Throughout our living nightmare, as we battle with this unyielding darkness, we Chozo see a light. This light glows with promise, chasing the shadows cast by the great poison, and purifying that which has grown toxic. It is strange, though. At times it looks to our eyes as if the light coalesces into the figure of a woman. Burning brightly, the luminescence descends from space, then retreats back into the infinite blackness from whence it came. When this prophecy comes to pass, when the light recedes, the Chozo's long vigilance of containment will finally come to an end. Just what we need, another bloody prophecy. The containment of this great poison, this task has fallen to the Chozo, and we will not flee from our duty, even as we suffer with the land and its creatures. We will pour our will into the 12, the artifacts that, when brought together, form the lock that holds this great evil at bay in the depths of the planet. This lock must stand up to all who might come to assault it, to preserve the power of the seal, and to protect it from those who would meddle for their own designs. We will spread the artifacts across the land, hiding them from prying eyes. The lock must never open until the day comes when this disaster can finally be put right. Chozo artifact. Collect it, then scan the totems here for clues on the location of the remaining artifacts. Together, the artifacts will open a path to the center of the impact crater. Useful. Given that it was retro, it was probably deliberate. Well, you mean the Samus's visor thing? Yeah. Yeah. It's really weird when you consider that this was Retro Studios' very first game. You know, it's like, it's like this was their very first game. Like, the game that is considered one of the greatest video games of all time, my personal favorite video game, and it's a game that was heralded as like something that will define future games in the industry, which it did, was the very first game this team created. And if you know the backstory of this game, about the absolute shit that the development process went through for this, and the team as well, it is an absolute fucking miracle that this game is as coherent, as fun, as playable, and as just goddamn amazing as it actually is. Anyway, this is the Artifact of Truth, the first of 12. Scan the tokens here for clues of location, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, we know about that. And for some reason, it always punch you into the logbook. You can read them if you want, of course. Truth. Artifact acquired. Hey, artifact acquired. As you can see, new artifact entry has been downloaded, translating Chozo ruins on Totem's surface. A sun chamber, high atop our ruined home, became the nest of a great beast and a source of corruption. Many Chozo spirits have been drawn to this tainted place, release their bonds to the world to claim the artifact of wild. So yeah, the wording green is your clue. So it said, you know, ruins. So what you do is you look at your map, go to the world map, go to Chozo Ruins, right? And so you look for a place called the Sun Chamber, which I know for a fact happens to be here. It's the ruin where we fought for, and I did say we'd be returning there later to having another fight. So, you know, and it's actually quite easy. Like, people complain that this is really fucking hard to work out. It's not hard. You just gotta put your brain to it a little bit. You know, actually try thinking for a change. Okay, the Heat of Magmore, so it's in Magmore, was a test for many warriors. A shrine in their honor holds the artifact of strength. So it's in a place labeled Shrine, which is a room I don't think we've been in yet, in Magmore. This one, of course, we've already got. Artifact of Truth. Invaders have claimed Fendrana as their own. A tower sits atop their fortress. So when we go to Fendrana and we go to the pirate stronghold there, it's in the room known as the tower. This is not hard. This is my point. This is not hard. The ruins where light, always shrines. Go through the waters to find the artifact of life giver. Yeah, so you just go through the whole thing. They're not all active at once. I'm not entirely sure what determines which ones do and don't activate. But it's the idea that, you know, if you go out, you get all the ones you know you can get. And then you come back, the rest are active. I think you can get like half of them now. If you check the Truth. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, 7 and 4 you don't know about. Yeah, but I mean you can still stumble across them. The thing. It's the one thing that I will say that Prime 3 added to the game was the item dot on the map. Prime 1 and 2 didn't have that. Prime 3 added that in. I kind of wish they'd retroactively added it in somehow to these games, but it is what it is. But anyway, yeah, that gives you your big quest. That's your objective for the entire sodding game, is to find those 12 artifacts. Easier said than done, of course. Alright. Pop back into the ship. And we shall save. Yes, please. Wom. Now we've more or less got to go back the way we came in. for it. Ooh, hello. And back to back more. Hopefully I can do another half hour of this. I'm falling asleep over here. Ugh, I am so fucking tired. I had a busy day. I had to do a whole bunch of shopping this morning. And then I was moving things around my room. Like, you know, setting things up so I could stream it. Because streaming Wii games is hardest of the bunch. Streaming from Switch is easy because I just plug my monitor. Plug the Switch into the monitor, no problem. But streaming from Wii requires me moving shit around my room. So I am absolutely fucking knackered. Oh, hang on. No, you I haven't scanned. Nice. Ow! Balls. Literally. Bloody morph balls. Hey Fi, yes, it is Metroid Prime. It is the greatest video game ever created. Which is an absolute fact. Die already, please. Oh, for goodness sake. Thank you. That'd be an annoyance. There we go. Ah! God damn it, I glanced at the chat. That's what I get for trying to pay attention to you guys. And back to Fenderana. Second greatest video game ever created, you mean? Matter of opinion, I guess. I'm assuming you would say something like Fallout New Vegas is the greatest video game ever made from your point of view. Which I'm pretty sure is your favorite game, isn't it? No? What was it then? Ocarina of Time. Honestly, I like Ocarina of Time, but I do think it's overdone a little bit. Don't get me wrong, I like what it did, but I do think it's a bit rough. I think Twilight Princess did it better. Shortcut! Now hang on. Yeah, that's right, actually. This way, wasn't it? Ow! Almost fell off then. No! God damn it. Well, hey. I remember now. Ooh. Ah! Wow, missed that. Which one is it that blows up? No, one of them does. There it is. We'll be going in there later. Remember that. Oh yeah, that's right. And denied. I hate these guys. Did I mention that? There's a big guy. Do it in a sec. I almost keep forgetting. Scan those things. Hello! Uh-oh. Bombs tend to work better on that guy because if you use your beams, then he can just absorb the energy. That's all really annoying. Did I scan that guy? Yeah, I did. There was that horrible moment where I have to stop and think, hang on, wait, did I remember to scan it? Yes, I did. Wave beam! And here we come to one of the other more annoying parts of this game. the beam switching. Now, not that beam switching is inherently a bad idea. It's not a bad idea, it's actually quite a clever idea. I quite like it. The problem that it's annoying is that it's required to get through doors way too fucking much. I think if it's gonna be done that way, where you have like, you know, beams to open certain doors, it should be a one-time thing. Like, first time you know, open a door, you use the beam, but then it's like a barrier that then falls away afterwards. Other games did that. This game, for whatever reason, didn't. And I'll admit, it's annoying, especially the wave beam one. You always have to switch to the fucking wave beam. Hey, look, we can destroy these things now. Ain't that spiffy? If he absorbs it, he'll fire it back, then get winded, making him vulnerable to missiles. True, but the bombs work just as well. Okay, see, now we can come in here and go up this bit, which is what I was thinking about earlier, and got my wires crossed. And we get one of these. Do we have to scan these things? I think we have to scan these things. We definitely have to scan those things. Isn't there, oh, hello. Yes. Yes, there is. I was going to say, isn't there a, actually, don't you scan? No, they're the same, okay. Couldn't remember if they were an ice variant or not. Ah, yes.
Recording to logbook.
I gotta remember what all these do now, because I don't. I know we need to do this for some reason, I just don't remember what it is. Oh yeah. And then that turns on. Oh, oh, just made it. Well, hey. Energy tank. Ba-da-da-ba-da-ba. Ow. Ow. Stop that. Now. If I'm remembering correctly, yeah, there it is. Save point. Now, don't we have... There he is. Whew. Is that the... Yes, it was. Time to infiltrate the pirate stronghold. Sort of. That's a problem.
Defeat enemies to unlock doors.
Useful of that little voiceover was there to tell me what I had to do. I never would have guessed that otherwise. Hello. Yay. That should be the map room in here. Ugh. Yeah, we got a while to go yet, but we got a couple of nice pickups along the way. I love how the wave beam, because it's all supposed to be like electric based, causes machines and stuff to malfunction and can stun normal enemies. The wave beam is actually really bloody powerful in this. I think my favorite one is probably the plasma beam, because that is the most powerful one that just melts everything. Hi guys. Where are you? I know you're up there somewhere. Guess not. Pirate data. Log 10, 712.1. Most terraforming and retrofitting of security checkpoints on Talon 4 is complete, but we continue to research the alarming epidemic of breaches by local creatures. Door records show no unauthorized entrances, so we must presume the creatures are either slipping in undetected during daily personnel moves or else finding their way in through subterranean tunnels. We have found many small breaches of this latter sort and plugged them wherever we can, but it is unlikely that we will ever achieve full extermination within our current timetable. Well then work harder. It's going on about Phazon stuff still. Lab Hydra.
Recording to logbook.
10.587.7. Mining operations have begun near the crater where Phazon appears to be the most concentrated. Daily Phazon yields have increased 44%, and our mining system becomes more streamlined as personnel and equipment flows increase. Several incidents of Phazon-induced madness have been reported, prompting augmented life support regulations in the deeper chambers. Symptoms include loss of equilibrium, erratic respiration, muscle spasms, and in the most extreme cases, hallucinations. A timeline reassessment for the refinery operations is recommended, as the material proves more unstable than initial analysis indicated. Ten 348.8. We have confiscated the newfound. We have codified the newfound energy source as Phazon, a V-index mutagen of which we have very little reliable data. Indications point to a meteor of unknown origin expelling Phazon into the environment. This material appears to possess the power to mutate organic life forms sufficiently to withstand its poison. These mutations appear promising, with the abrupt evolutionary leaps appearing in a single generation reproduction. Plans to establish a full science team on Talon 4 are being finalized. Turn the lift on, because why not? Let's see. Any more of these? There's a red one. 10.515.8. Our initial tests exposing Talon 4's indigenous parasites to Phazon appear to be successful. Increases in strength, size, and aggressiveness are common in all test subjects, as well as unforeseen evolutions like additional poison sacs within the abdomen and the appearance of a second ring of mandibles in several subjects. These creatures were chosen because of their resilience, and it appears possible that, given enough exposure to Phazon, they may one day be able to survive on any planet we transport them to. Our methods will have to be refined. We currently have a 100% extinction rate after the 4th infusion period, and most survivors of the 3rd infusion stage are so violent and uncontrollable that they have to be euthanized. Even still, we remain hopeful that further experimentation will result in success. Hey, 50% of the logbook. Logbook's not that big. It's not like one of those games that has like hundreds and hundreds of layers of codex and stuff like that. Hi guys. Let's shut him up. Phazon batch. I don't think it's too important. Mutation strange. Active absorbent capacity. I don't think any of these are, because like the important ones in this game are highlighted in red as opposed to orange. I will say I liked the way they did it in later games, where it was like the whole object was the scannable thing. Like that just made so much more sense. Made things easier to spot too. 10.664.2. Research Outpost Glacier 1 in the Vendrana Drifts region of Talon 4's mountains is operating at 85% capacity. Sub-zero temperatures have made the Metroids sluggish and easy to control, even those well into Phazon infusion cycles. Cold containment status tanks are sufficient for the juveniles, but some of the larger Metroids have been moved to quarantined caves for safety purposes. Security doors remain an issue as malfunctions due to ice occur every day. Large predators in the waste are also a concern as they continue to kill personnel and breach secure areas. Unfortunately, it has become clear that our environment teams cannot neutralize all of them without a vast increase in munitions and soldiers. Okay. Any more? Daily decontaminations are required. Makes sense. Viral pathogens. I don't think any of these are desperately important. Cordite. Again, that's another thing I quite like about it, is the design of everything that you kill. Ow. Sorry, not kill. Everything you destroy in terms of like special stuff, it's all like consistent. Everything you destroy with super missiles is cordite, I think. Pretty sure power bombs is like benzium or something like that. Ow. Hello. Ow. Dropping on my head. What was wrong with you? Alright.
Recording to logbook.
10401.7. Phazon mining is underway. Several garrisons have been established, and terraforming of the Chozo ruins is underway. Security systems are operational, and science teams continue to make progress in their biotech research. The Fandrana drifts have proven to be an optimal location for research headquarters, and soon it will be joined by a fully operational combat base and starport. If Command's predictions are half true, we shall rise to dominance in this sector within a decacycle. Truly, these are glorious times. Well... Also, like, this one is so fucking annoying. These panels only, like, drop down once you sort of step into the area. And I'm pretty sure... Isn't there a thing on one of them? Or does it only appear after you've activated everything? I think it might appear after you've activated this. Sworn there was one up there. Turn the machine on. Nice. Are they active now? I could have sworn there was like... That! There it is, that. I knew it was something like this. This is the thing. That one only appears after these have dropped down. I knew it was something like that. That's what my brain was telling me. And it's a really annoying one because you can so easily miss it. Okay, 10.299.2. Scans of the spiral sector detected a massive energy spike emanating from a Wanderer-class planet identified as Talon 4. Scout reconnaissance was immediately dispatched to the center of the spike, a landmass at heading mark 40.08.02, returning with planetary samples and atmospheric imaging. Analysis shows the energy source to be an unstable radioactive material of enormous potential. We are unable to form an accurate risk assessment at this time, but we are unlikely to find an energy source this powerful again. Analysis will continue, but currently Talon 4 appears to be a viable secondary headquarters. Of course, we have all of this. Twin tabula. Planet is best known for twin fever, a disease caused by a viral strain native to twin tabula. In the early stages of the disease, victims suffer from double vision. When the twin sight fades, the victim is near death. Fun. Planet Zebes, or Zebes, or Zebes. I think the jury's still out on that one. Planet's crust is primarily earthic ore, making it ideal for subterranean construction. Class, what was that, XIX? Class 19 planet. Zebes is inhospitable to most bioforms. The world was considered unremarkable until it became a base for space pirate fortresses. Planet Talon 4. This is my point, that they're in the same bloody system. Ecosystem studies indicate that Talon 4 was a biological paradise prior to the impact of an extraterrestrial object. What remained of the biosphere is slowly fading due to exposure to phazon radiation. At current rate of decay, Talon 4 will be a barren class 13 wasteland in approximately 25 years. Finally, Billium. Quarantine. Atmosphere is rife with Materialis, a sentient gaseous global exterminator virus. Fun. And Dormine 2. An uninhabitable wasteland savaged by nuclear dust storms and constant seismic upheavals. So yeah, Zebes and Talon 4 apparently just kicking around in the same planetary system. You'd think the pirates would have detected that a long time ago. I mean, I know they were like hyper-focused on their Metroid research, but still. You'd think they'd have fucking noticed. Or maybe they were. Maybe like this setup was like a long fucking time ago or something. Actually, yes. Might as well, right? Super missiles! Oh yeah. I love this. Trick shot! Right. Well, it's 6 o'clock. I am extremely freaking tired right now. And unfortunately, that is going to have to be the end of it. Thank you all for watching, everybody. I do hope you have enjoyed this. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.